We want to say thank you for joining us on our Facebook Live today from the 2018 Iowa State Fair. One of the big attractions that people stop by to take a look at, it's our big map wall is what we've called it. It's an aerial photo of the college that people will stop by, alumni that haven't been to campus since the 1960s or 1970s or maybe the 80s or 90s will take a look and try to show their kids where they had classes. It's also a nice opportunity for our recent grads to show some of their friends, some of their parents, maybe where they lived or where they had classes. So our main campus here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa is just one of a handful of campuses that we have. This one has about 1,000 acres or so. Some different things to point out. Our Katz Family Simulation Center here on one end of Lynn Hall is where our #1 ranked nursing program in the state of Iowa for both 2-year and 4-year colleges is located. So board certification pass rates, #1 in the state for nursing. We've also got on the other end of campus our #1 agriculture program in the entire country. So we have a lot of agriculture students. We have 12 different agriculture programs, and we're going to learn a little bit more about those in just a little bit. But in addition to 130 programs, probably half that are designed to transfer to a 4-year school, the other half designed to get students right out and work right after a couple of years at Kirkwood. In just the last 5 years, we've had students transfer from Kirkwood to colleges in all 50 states. So if you're looking to start at a place like Kirkwood and transfer your credits, they will absolutely transfer on. So let's head over to the other side of the booth and I'll show you our senior photo display, which seems to bring people stopping by the booth. This is just one of our 3 displays that we have. We have about 2,000 students that are starting at Kirkwood this fall that are coming directly out of high school. About 700 of them or so have sent us their senior photo. The first 594 students to send us a photo is displayed here at the fair. So we've had students stop by over the last 2 days. We'll have more stop by over the next week looking for themselves, maybe a sibling, maybe a next door neighbor. So definitely one of the hot spots that you want to check out if you stop by our booth. But we also have some guests with us today. First up, we're going to introduce Nick Ketman. Nick, you work in admissions. Tell us a little bit about your role at the college.
So my role at the college as an admissions advisor is I recruit for Kirkwood. So that would entail things like being at the state fair booth, but also traveling to high schools, college fairs throughout Iowa, and then helping out with all the visit days on campus, either one-on-one visits or group visit days.
One of the other things you do, you're the advisor for the Student Ambassador Organization. Can you tell us a little bit more about Student Ambassadors?
Yeah, so the Student Ambassador Organization, great group on campus, great leadership group, but they're really an extension off the admissions office. So they help with all those group visit days on campus. So they're going to really just be there to share their experience, what it's really like to be a student, and then also give tours of campus and that great stuff, and you'll meet a few of them here shortly as well.
Nick, we've talked to a lot of students over the last 2 days that are interested in potentially attending Kirkwood in the future. How does the application process at Kirkwood work?
So application is pretty simple. It'll take you about 5 minutes online at the very most, but if you just visit kirkwood.edu/apply, you can apply now already. So if you are a class of 2019 as a senior, you can apply now. Juniors, you have to wait about a year, but then August 1st next year you can apply as well.
Sounds good. Nick's going to be working the booth today, so he's going to be supervising and talking to the folks that stop by. So Nick, thanks for joining us. We'll go ahead and move on to our next speaker. We'd also like to introduce, as we talked, we have the #1 nationally ranked agriculture program in the country for 2-year schools. Here to talk a little bit more about agriculture is our Director of Ag Sciences, Sydney Lovell. Sydney, tell us about the 12 programs that we have under the Ag umbrella.
Sure, we've got everything from ag business, ag production, horticulture programs, small animal health programs, diesel mechanics. We've got a place for you if you're interested in agriculture.
Sounds great. And tell us a little bit about why you're here at the fair, or why you think Kirkwood should be here at the fair.
So this is like my favorite week of the whole entire summer. I love coming to the state fair. One of the main reasons I love to be here is so many of the students that come visit our booth have so many ag questions, and I feel like I just might be able to talk a few of them into coming to Kirkwood.
We've mentioned a handful of times about our top-ranked agriculture program. What makes it the top-ranked program in the United States?
So what makes it top-ranked is that we have the most number of students graduating from an ag program when you are looking at all 2-year schools. So what it really means is when students start at Kirkwood in one of our ag programs, they finish.
Sounds great. So if we talked to Nick about the application process at Kirkwood, but if a student's interested in agriculture specifically, what's their next step?
Well, stop by today here at the fair, or tomorrow. I'll be here. I'll answer a whole bunch of questions. But other than that, come to a campus visit. We really believe that once you see where you'll be learning, you just won't want to leave.
Sounds great. Well, I understand we also have an alumni of your program joining us that I'll let you introduce her.
Please come on over. This is Miss Raylyn. She is a graduate of one of our programs, and I'm going to let her tell her, just maybe share a little bit about her experience.
Hi, my name is Raylyn. I'm from Missouri, and I graduated Kirkwood in 2017 with my AAS in agriculture business. I spent my 2 years at Kirkwood. I made a lot of friends. I was also a student ambassador for the college. I was the vice president of our ag business club, and also I was a member of the Hoof and Horn.
Sounds great. Well, thanks for taking time to join us. You've met one of our alumni. We're also going to meet some current students, so we'll have the camera wind around the other side of the desk, and we'll give them a chance to introduce themselves. All right, we mentioned a second ago that in addition to one of our alumni, we also have 3 current students. So 3 students who just finished their first year at the college, going to their second year. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves, we'll go from there.
Hello, I'm Brody Rawson. I graduated from Benton Community, and I'll be on my second year in the business transfer.
Hey there, I'm Kylie Wise. I graduated from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. I'm studying my liberal arts at Kirkwood, and it'll be my second year this upcoming year.
Hi, I'm Michaela Tapper. I graduated from South Hamilton High School in Jewell, Iowa. I'm from Webster City, and I will be starting the technical part of the nursing program this fall.
All right, one more follow-up question for you too, a little bit of an intro. Why did you choose Kirkwood?
I graduated from high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I knew Kirkwood was the right place to start off my 2 years, and I knew that they transferred to all 50 states in the U.S.
I chose Kirkwood for the great scholarship opportunities that they provided for me.
And I chose Kirkwood because Kirkwood's nursing program is the #1 in Iowa for 2-year and 4-year schools. So.
Sounds great. I got one follow-up question for you, and then we're going to do something kind of fun and different because it's the fair. You've been here all day. I'm sure this isn't the first time you've been to the fair. What is your favorite Iowa State Fair food?
Mine is probably the deep fat fried cheese curds.
Ooh, I'm an ice cream lover, so the nitro ice cream here is great.
And mine is the pork chop on the steak.
All right, so speaking of food, we have some fun food for you guys to try. We went out and we found 4 different types of food. So I don't care which one we start with first, but I'm going to pick on the apple egg rolls there with the caramel dipping sauce, it looks like. Why don't you each take some of the caramel apple egg rolls with the caramel. I'm going to let all 3 of you taste that while I talk. You can taste it, you can try it, and then we're going to rate the different fair foods to see what does everybody think of these apple egg rolls. And then I want you to give us a score between 1 and 10. So why don't you go ahead and try those while you're doing that. Again, we want to say thank you for joining us on our Facebook Live today from the 2018 Iowa State Fair. Couple things, the Wi-Fi in the Varied Industries building here is a little spotty, so if we lose you, we're still recording. We'll get it all posted online soon. You can watch the entire thing. If you are at the fair, stop by and say hello. We're in the Varied Industries building. We're right here, kind of on the northeast corner of the building. It's air conditioned in here, so if it's hot outside, stop by and say hello. If you stop by and you say, hey, we saw you on Facebook Live, we're going to give you something for free as well, so join us when you can. We'll see what our students are thinking here. Is it good? Did you enjoy it? All right, so go ahead on a scale of 1 to 10.
I am.
On a scale of 1 to 10, go ahead and write down what you think it was. Again, these are the apple egg rolls with the caramel dipping sauce. You can rate it however you want, but we're kind of looking at presentation, flavor. Specifically, I want to know about the wow factor and the uniqueness of each one of these foods. So, all right, we're ready to show. Brody's got a 7. We also have a 10 and a 5. So, okay, a 10, a 5, and the 7. Michaela, why did you like that so much?
I don't know. It reminded me of like a grandma's homemade pie.
Grandma's homemade pie. All right. So we're going to move on. What do you guys want to try next? We daring enough to try the cookie dough spaghetti?
Yeah, let's try that.
Cookie dough spaghetti. Okay, go ahead. Wipe off those whiteboards. Let's try the cookie dough spaghetti. Start handing these down. There's yours. All right, so same thing. We want to know the uniqueness, the flavor, the presentation. It's probably one of the most interesting looking dishes at the fair for sure.
Oh, it's like soft. Just breaks. Okay, I love it. Okay.
One thing I'll mention while these students are eating, if anybody's watching and has a question they'd like to ask to Kirkwood, go ahead and write your question there. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can. If we don't have a chance to get to your questions, certainly post on our Facebook page, send us a message, give us a call at the college. 319-398-5517 is our main admissions number. We'd love to answer your questions, tell you more about the college. All right, we have tried the cookie dough spaghetti. Let's start over here with Michaela. Michaela, what's your score on the cookie dough spaghetti?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
It looks way better. It tastes way better than it looks.
Tastes
actually.
way better than it looks, so that's
Yeah.
good. So you gave it a 9. Kylie, what do we got?
A 6.
A 6, okay. And Brody?
3.
A 3, okay.
Yeah.
So we have a 9, a 6, and a 3, so you need a break here? You ready to jump ahead?
I don't know. I'm good.
Good. So let's go through here. So far, we've tried 2 things. Let's get some of your thoughts. Brody, you've tried the apple egg roll that you clearly liked better than you did the cookie dough spaghetti. You weren't super high on either one of them, so tell us a little bit more.
I'm not a fan of egg rolls, but to me, with the coating of cinnamon plus the caramel, I thought it tasted a lot better than the, what was this called again? Spaghetti cookie dough. I'm not a fan of cookie dough, and it just, the flavor of straight cookie dough is not appealing to me.
Okay. Kylie, you were kind of in the middle a lot of the time, so tell us your thoughts.
Yes, so on the cookie dough, I thought it was a tad bland, but I have yet to try the chocolate piece on top, which might add a little flavor to it.
And tell us a little bit more about the apple egg roll. Looks like you had a small bite of that. What do you think?
Okay, I'm not a huge apple pie fan, but for me not liking apple pie, I thought this was pretty great. But I still gave it a 5 because it's, not a huge apple pie fan.
And Michaela is the food lover of the Iowa State Fair in terms of our students we have. Why did you like both of these, and which one did you like better? And just describe them to us.
I think I like the apple one better just because it did remind me of pie, and I really love pie. And then at first when I was looking at the spaghetti, I was really scared, so it really does taste a lot better than it looks, honestly. It tastes like you're eating straight cookie dough, honestly.
Sounds good. Are you ready to try your third food?
Maybe.
Maybe you need a break? You want to try some? Okay. And what do you want to try next? Should we try the drinks?
I'd say we do the bacon.
The pancake?
Pancakes? Okay. Let's do that. These are the bacon pancake dippers.
Can I have this?
So it looks like Brody got one. Apparently somebody else working the fair might have stolen 1 or 2 of those. So these are the bacon pancake dippers. Looks like they are bacon with pancake batter and a little syrup on the top. Go ahead and start eating those whenever you get the chance. I believe we also want to say hello to Ann, who's watching the broadcast. Thanks for joining us today at the fair. Again, if anybody has a question for us, certainly let us know. Or better yet, if you are at the fair, again, please stop by, say hello to us. We're in the Varied Industries building. It's air conditioned. We'd love to say hello, catch up with you for a little bit, whether you're an alumni, the parent of a current student, just a friend of the college that wants to learn more. Looks like we've tried them. Difference in opinion for the ladies. We'll see what the scores are. Brody, we're going to start with you this time. Oh, changing our mind already.
Nope, we just rewrote it better.
Rewrote it better.
Yep.
Bad handwriting, sure. Ooh, a 9. Tell us why a 9.
I'm a pancake lover and a bacon lover, so the two mixed together, it's outstanding.
I'll ask you this then. You wrote a 9. You're a bacon lover, you're a pancake lover. You did not give it a perfect 10. What was missing?
I'd say I need a little more syrup, but otherwise that's pretty good.
A little bit more syrup, but other than that, it was great. Okay,
Yep.
Kylie, what's your score?
9. Yes. Yes, Brody took the words right out of my mouth. Honestly, I'm a huge breakfast girl, so great.
Huge breakfast girl, also a 9.
A little more syrup would have been a 10. Yes.
Michaela.
Okay, so I'm definitely oddball out.
1.
I said 1. I said 1. I honestly don't like bacon, so that kind of did it for me. And plus, I thought it was I don't know. I'm just.
Your favorite state fair food is pork on a stick, pork chop on a stick,
Yeah,
and you don't like bacon. Okay, so you gave it a 1.
I know.
All right, we saved maybe the best for last, certainly one of the most interesting beyond the cookie dough spaghetti for sure. We've got 3 of these smoothies. These are the Reserve PBJ coolers. So peanut butter, jelly, shake, ice. a little bit of everything else. So I'm interested to see what you think of the shakes or the coolers. You ready to write a score down? Michaela, we're going to start with you because you got a big laugh going on.
Okay.
Tell us what your score is.
Okay, I gave it a 2. 1, because I felt bad about the last one for giving it a 1. But I'm really weird. I don't like peanut butter and jelly. And so when I tasted this, I thought I was just drinking jelly. And it made me feel really weird. I didn't like
All right, so a 2. Sounds good. Kylie?
Perfect 10.
Perfect 10.
Yes.
Tell us why this was a perfect 10.
So, out at the Iowa State Fair, it can get kind of hot. Great refresher right here. And I tasted more peanut butter than jelly, I'd say.
Maybe different ones.
Oh, okay. Different batch?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right, so we have a 2, we have a 10. I'm going to guess that Brody is somewhere in the middle. That's a pure guess. What do we got?
I'm with Kylie,
Oh.
10.
Perfect 10.
I don't know. So I can taste the peanut butter and jelly, but to me, I love PB&J. So drinking it while refreshing, to me, it's a perfect combo on this hot day here at the State Fair.
So a couple things here. The cookie dough spaghetti, based on your 3 ratings, had a total score of 18, which was the worst of the 4. The worst of the 4 cookie dough spaghetti. Does that still seem accurate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, not far behind the bacon pancake dippers, thanks to Michaela's score of a 1, had a score of 19. And then we have a tie for the top 2. The apple egg rolls and the reserve PB&J cooler both had a score of 22. So I know it was the first thing you had and the last thing you had. If you need to resample any of them, that's fine. But I want to know what one was better for the 3 of you. And we have 3 of you, so we have 2 that will probably vote one way. That'll be the tie-breaking win. I want to know, what was it? Was it the PB&J cooler or was it the apple egg rolls?
I'm probably going to go with the egg roll. To me, it had an outstanding taste.
Outstanding taste, apple egg roll. Sounds good.
Cooler.
The PB&J cooler. Michaela, I think I know how the tie-breaking vote is going to lie based on your thoughts on the jelly.
Right. It's definitely the apple, the apple thing.
The apple egg roll. So the apple egg roll is our choice from the Kirkwood booth at the 2018 Iowa State Fair. Not far behind is the PB&J cooler. And the cookie dough spaghetti and the bacon pancake dippers are 3rd and 4th place. The 3 of you, you're both getting ready to go into your 2nd year as Kirkwood students. So getting back to a little bit of serious college talk, what are you most looking forward to with your 2nd year at the college?
I'm honestly just ready to start the nursing program. I find out next week if I'm in the technical portion, so I'm just super excited to finish these last 4 semesters and start working. So,
Kylie?
So this is my last year at Kirkwood. I'll finish up my AA degree, and I'm looking forward to actually moving on to a 4-year college. But then I'm also going to miss all of the relationships that I formed here, and I'm looking forward to meeting all new people this year as well.
Last but not least, Brody.
I'm looking forward to getting back with all my buddies, all my amazing friends I met at Kirkwood. To me, it's just my second family to me, so that's what I'm most excited for.
Sounds great. Well, again, thank you for joining us here at the 2018 Iowa State Fair. If you are at the fair in the next few days, certainly stop by and say hello. Mention that you saw us on Facebook Live. We'll get you a free gift. If nothing else, stop by and say hello. If you were one of the seniors that submitted your photo, one of the 700 that we got, we're going to have a little teaser video come out that'll show you, see if you can find yourself in that video. Or better yet, if you're here at the fair, stop by and see if you can find it. Again, we have the state's #1 nursing program. We have the nation's #1 agriculture program. In the last 5 years, students have transferred from Kirkwood to colleges in all 50 states. We have an amazing study abroad program. We have an amazing 1,100-acre campus. Our students are having a lot of fun here at the fair. And again, if you're here at the fair, stop by and say hello. Thanks again for joining us at the 2018 Iowa State Fair.